Hi, Tanya Rainier here with TanyaRainier.com, and today we are talking about the steps that you can take to make it a little bit easier and just a little bit more comfortable to step outside of your comfort zone and establish yourself as an expert in your industry. Now, there are a lot of different ways that you can get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. But we're going to talk about one that you can start right now, today, in your home, no matter what field or industry you're in, and it's going to start making dramatic changes right away. Now, the simplest thing that you could possibly do to start to build your confidence and your self-worth and your ability to be comfortable, center stage, putting yourself out there with a bunch of eyes on you, looking at what you do and judging your credibility and judging what you do and what you bring to your industry, is to get comfortable with being wrong. Now, I'm going to be the first person to admit it. I hate being wrong. It makes my skin crawl off my bones, but it is something that I am starting to realize is super, super important, because accepting yourself and accepting the fact that you are going to make mistakes gives yourself a little bit of a cushion and breathing room. It allows you to hold yourself to not so high of a standard. When you put yourself on this pedestal and you tell yourself that failure is not an option, that you have to be perfect, that you have to know everything, you have to have it all figured out before you even start, before you start sharing your gifts with the world, you're never going to get there. Find me an expert that knows everything, and I'll give you $1 million, because that person does not exist. There is nobody out there that literally knows everything. We are human. We are all constantly growing, evolving, and learning. And that's what makes the human experience amazing, is that we are constantly in a process of change. And that makes us better as we go. But in order to really facilitate that process and accept who we are in the moment, we have to be willing to allow ourselves to fail. Now, thinking of that in a big term, big scope, project way, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to fail in front of 1 million people. And it may be because you're still not good at failing in front of just one person or several people. I, for one, have always been terrible at this with my husband. Now, we've been married over 15 years, and I think I can count on 2 hands how many times he's been wrong. Or he's been right. Sorry, I've been wrong. It's a running joke in our house. And it's not that he's been right and I've been wrong only 8 or 9 times. It's just that that's how many times I've admitted it. So, lately I've been doing a lot of personal development work, and I've been working on myself, and I have been deliberately trying to accept the times that I am wrong, and consciously being aware of it and admitting it out loud and saying, you know what, babe, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. And the look on his face is like, I'm right? Did you just say that out loud? Can I get that in writing? And it's kind of a joke between us, but it's definitely been happening a lot more lately. And that's because I'm starting to work on that part of myself where I need to feel comfortable being wrong. I need to start getting better at failing, because if I want to help people, there's going to be times where I don't know everything. There's going to be times that I mess up. I was just at an event several weeks ago for the Front Row Foundation, which was an awesome event, but we did this little exercise at the end of our event where we had to, hold the mic and kind of share our learning experience. And there was a gentleman that came in and gave a very, very beautiful speech, and it was the first time that I had ever met him. And as I'm the mic comes to me and I'm holding the mic, and I wanted to honor him and show him how appreciative I was for him coming and sharing his story and speaking to us. And so as I'm telling him this, I'm looking him in the eye, and it was genuine, sincere, coming from the heart. And then halfway through, somebody says, "You're talking to the wrong guy." And I was mortified. Like, oh my gosh, you're right. He looked just like another guy that was in the group, and these were all new people to me, strangers. And I seriously, like, public speaking nightmare, freak out, right? In front of, 40, 50 people, made a total idiot out of myself. And at the moment, my first inclination was like, I just want to crawl in a hole and die. But I know that it's only a moment. That was a moment of embarrassment, and it's going to go away. Well, probably not, now that I'm saying this on video and it's going to live forever, but I had to be able to just admit I messed up and move on. And I used it as a learning experience. Next time I thank somebody face to face and make eye contact, I want to make sure it's the right person. I won't make that mistake again. I have had the pleasure of training with the Improv HQ gals, Betsy and Zoe, and one of the exercises they teach in their workshops is when you mess up, when you fail, to like literally throw your arms up and go, I failed, and celebrate the failure. And the reason you want to celebrate the failure is because every failure is an opportunity to learn, it's an opportunity to grow, and it's an opportunity to make yourself better. You become a better person because of that failure. You become better in your business and whatever it is that you're doing. And without those failures, you don't learn. So you have to fail. You have to mess up. You have to be wrong. And if you know that that's the track and that's the avenue, the method to which you're going to learn, you should be looking for opportunities to do that on purpose. Now, I'm not saying go out there and just like on purpose try to be wrong, but on purpose try to learn something that you're uncomfortable with. And on purpose, when those moments happen, admit it. Say it out loud. Say, you know what? I messed up. I was wrong there. And I'm glad because I just learned this. And extract the lesson from it, find that silver lining, and then celebrate it. Reflect on that and say, you know what? It kind of sucked at the time, but I'm glad it happened because. And see how that feels for you. This is a great exercise to do at the end of the day, reflecting back on your day. Where were you wrong? What lessons did you learn? And how has that affected you? How have you grown from that? And it allows you the opportunity to celebrate that. So that way, in the future, when those moments happen, they're not as humiliating. They're not as detrimental, and they don't stop you in your tracks. They don't prohibit future growth and success. Instead, they serve as fertilizer for it. And then you start to get better and more comfortable with it, and you don't fear those moments. When you allow yourself that room to fail, and you forgive yourself, and you have some compassion there, and you start to celebrate it, you look forward to opportunities to put yourself out there. You start to look forward to those moments where anything can happen. And instead of fear motivating you, it's like an exciting adrenaline rush. It's really cool when that starts to happen. But you have to start small. And by doing that at home with the people you know, and in small doses and little things that aren't like totally mortifying and humiliating yet, you're able to build on that confidence and build on your own self-worth and self-love. So it's a great way to do that, so that one day, hopefully very, very soon, you are super comfortable with stepping outside of your comfort zone, establishing yourself as the expert in doing whatever it is that you do, and sharing your gift with the world so that you can make an incredible impact and difference. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Hey, did you know that when it comes to making money in your business and creating more abundance, it's not all about the tactics, it's actually more about the mindset. While budgets and reading numbers and profit and loss statements and be able to manage your money is important, what's even more critical is the way that you think and feel about money. If there are money blocks lurking somewhere inside of you, it's going to sabotage your income potential. So what do? You get rid of them. There is a 6-step formula that I teach. I use it myself, I teach it to my clients, that will help you identify where you're at in mastering your own money mindset and conquering the blocks that are standing in the way from you creating your dream life. It'll help you to create more time, more freedom, more flexibility, and ultimately more balance and more abundance in your life. You can check it out at TanyaReinier.com/formula, where I share all these steps with you and my favorite tactics, tips, and exercises to conquer those blocks and get that momentum rolling super fast. So you're going to want to check that out, and I'll be there with you every step of the way to answer questions and help you through those blocks so that you can have an awesome, abundant life.